Today, you are witnessing an ending in the history of the internet. The demise of a true legend. The story of the demise of a legend who has always won and terrorized the world. He has fearlessly waged war against everything and won. Corporations, banks, celebrities, armies, governments, elections, cults, and even all of humanity. The legend of the entire internet 4chan. The birthplace of a giant like anonymous internet history mourned on April 15th, 2025, 4chan was defeated for the first time? But how? Why? How? What for? Who? Why they were defeated? Because they were anonymous. You can never defeat an enemy you don't know. So how can such a structure be defeated? Yes, the castle was conquered from within. The real question is not how 4chan was hacked. The real question is how it got that way. This guy caused everything, but the story behind it is very complicated. Let's go back in history and take a look at the moderator team. In October 2003, Christopher Poole founded 4chan. The site worked like an image board, and visitors could post and chat anonymously in the categories of their choice. The most important features of 4chan were its anonymity and trolling. The world's largest hacker group, Anonymous, was born with 4chan because the name came from 4chan. 4chan has categories. In Category B, you could share anything you wanted. In the Poole category, politics were shared. As more free and anonymous posts were made, the number of visitors would increase and so would the number of categories. Although there were no rules in Category B, there would be rules in other categories. More categories meant more moderators. This moderator team would be the cause of 4chan's closure. In 2004, 1 year after the opening of the site, moderator work started. This year, moderators like Sai and Mr. Vacbob were not only dealing with things like deleting and banning posts, but also contributing to the development of the site. In 2006, the moderator team started to grow. There were often problems and polarization among these volunteer moderators. Some moderators were deleting posts on their own, and this was against 4chan's policies. The expanding and growing number of moderators was not respected. Moderators who spent all day in front of the computer without any pay and only deleted posts were called janitors. In 2011, the moderator Rape Ape from the janitorial team was upgraded, and the room increased the number of moderators. During this period, the authority of Poole decreased. Rape Ape started to act more oppressive, authoritarian, and against the structure of 4chan in 2015, Poole resigned and sold the site to Hiroyuki Nishimura, the founder of 2Chanel. And now, 4chan was more oppressive. Why did I tell you all this? Because it was these events that brought the end of 4chan. In 2009, a character named Wojak appeared on the Polish site Wecon. Wojak characters were changed and used in memes. The most frequently used character was the soyjak character seen on the screen. Soyjak caused the crisis because in the international category of 4chan, a Swedish anonymous created the character Soyjak. The purpose of the character was to emphasize that others are not man enough. The name Soyjak comes from soya, the archenemy of testosterone. Soyjak was entered into 4chan's QA category, where all kinds of questions are asked, but how? No matter what people asked in this category, millions of Soyjaks were spammed. Soyjak wars even started. Every post had a Soyjak in the comment section. 4chan members were now being bullied by 4chan members. At this point, the bullying had become too much for the janitors. The QA category had now become the Soyjak category. As a solution to this, the QA category was closed in 2021 with a radical decision. They thought they had ended the Soyjak culture, they thought they had won a victory, but that was not the case. Because the Soyjak group had now gathered among themselves soyjak.party. In September 2020, migration started to the site soyjak.party. site opened by a person named Soot. Those who came to this site created their own unique culture. In a very short time, they surpassed 4chan and even became enemies. On this site, 4chan was referred to as 4cuck. 4chan referred to this site as diarrhea, so both sides were enemies. There were many troll attacks during this process. It was fun, but up to a point. soyjak.party would put the final point. All the raids, trolls, DDoS attacks were ordinary. It was light, but soyjak.party had different plans. Operation Soyclips. The plan was to defeat the undefeated April 13th. 2025, at 2300 hours, I have been in 4chan for over a year. The real Operation Soyclips will take place tonight. Technically, 4chan was a site that had not invested enough in its infrastructure. Running on old and obsolete software in PHP had not been updated since 2016. Someone from the soyjak.party realized this and looked for vulnerabilities. Soon, a vulnerability was found. PDFs could be uploaded to 4chan. 4chan was using a software called GhostScript on its site. This software allowed you to preview small PDFs, but it was from 2012 and had a security vulnerability. Using this vulnerability, the guy at soyjak.party uploaded a PDF file with a PostScript command to 4chan and managed to execute a script on the server. This gave him access to the server. But when he gained this access, the year was 2024. The soyjak.party had been inside the server for 1 year and had increased the system vulnerabilities by installing backdoors everywhere and was waiting for the right moment to attack. So, on the night of April 13th, 2025, at 11 p.m. on April 13th, 2025, strange things happened on the site. The site suddenly slowed down and became unusable. They thought it was a normal DDoS attack, but they were shocked by what they saw. The QA category was open and there was a huge "you got hacked" on it. Once this was realized, the site became unusable. The site was broken. By the time the administrators realized this, it was too late. They tried to mitigate and control the damage by taking the site offline. In the news section of the Soyjak website, a user named Chud posted a message of victory. All of 4chan's source code, infrastructure files, moderators' account information, administration tools, and most importantly, all users' information and IP addresses were obtained and published. 4chan was shut down for days. The anonymous were no longer anonymous, all their power was gone. 4chan is now open, but there are still outages. Security updates seem to have been made. Soyjak has inflicted a huge wound on 4chan, the legend of the internet, and most importantly, 4chan still hasn't responded. Are they waiting for the right day? Or is it the silence of the great apocalypse?